Good afternoon, morning, evening, or night, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Media Posdact. I'm your host, Alex, joined by James and Jim.
Good afternoon.
This is episode 286. 286 is a special number.
I thought it was 256.
No, that was a while ago. Of quite a few weeks, actually.
That's like tens of weeks.
That's almost a year.
Before we get too deep into the episode, let me shout out the Jar Media Patreon. Get their names read out in the first or second week of the month, alongside making the audio version of the show possible. Big shout out to them, because every episode gets flagged for our potty mouths. Jim.
Me?
James.
I don't. I am a polite and reasonable boy.
We were reminiscing about just kind of how extreme you could be with like old YouTube, you know?
Yeah, because we were discussing James's booty hole downstairs earlier. I thought that would be a fantastic name for the episode.
That would be an old jar kind of title, huh?
James's hairy booty hole or something. And that would be just like smooth sailing. That would be one of the less like offensive titles, but
the long timers might remember old jar. There was a blab that was called like hentai blab or something, and that was one of the big ones. Because it was.
Is that the one that got a lot of views because
there was boobs in the thumbnail?
But no, but it was the exact same thumbnail that PewDiePie used.
Ah, yes.
Like after
the more eagle-eyed viewers might notice every now and again if I'm a bit stuck on what to do with the thumbnail, I'll just search up like scary YouTube thumbnails or Skyrim YouTube.
Yeah. Like if it ain't broke, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I missed I missed last episode because I was being hammered and chiseled by a professional.
We're always getting hammered and chiseled.
You're being forged in the
flames of oblivion.
Yeah, by Greek philosophers.
And I might look like I'm okay, but I'm actually in pain and discomfort as we speak.
Oh, go on, explain.
Why explain when I could read this letter from my doctor, who kind of put it in words that summarizes it in a disgusting way that makes it sound kind of hardcore. Because going into it, they kept telling me like, oh yeah, it's pretty standard kind of minor surgery. But then when you put it like this, Mr. Beltman was admitted to the hospital today for septoplasty surgery. He had severe caudal dislocation of the nasal septum to the left, with multiple fractures of the anterior nasal septum inferiorly and superiorly. I will review him in my outpatient clinic. With best wishes, Dr. House. Yep. He's real.
Dr. House is real.
Wait, was it the Dr. House?
Literally, yes.
You know what? That's made it all worth it. But the thing is, you've been after this surgery for a long time.
Well, I kind of suspected that I needed it for a long time, but I never had concrete proof. I went to the general practitioner when I was like 17 or 18, and they asked me only one question, which was, have you broken your nose before? And I said no. And then nothing happened.
Yeah. Do you think there's any chance you had actually broken your nose, like as a kid, and just not known?
See, my thing with that is like, surely you're like made out of Play-Doh when you're like 3, you know? Like surely your cartilage is like
a bit more bendy.
Like you've got like
but if you break your nose, don't know about it, and then it's just like a bit wonky, and then it heals, and then you.
I guess that's the question. I don't have enough knowledge on how cartilage forms as you grow for if an injury you received when you were 3 or 2 or whatever would stick around in that kind of way. But my main theory for why it is genetic as opposed to an injury like that, because I feel like I'd remember something that kind of extreme, like an injury that extreme. But I think it's genetic because 2 other members of our family either have deviated septums or have had to have this exact surgery. I'll put a couple pictures on screen of kind of the state I was in.
You were not among the living for that period.
Well, this is the thing, because the way you described it, it's a very small area of the human body. So in my head, it was like, oh, tiny little surgery, a couple days recovery.
That was my expectation as well. I thought the misery would be kind of restricted to a small area that wouldn't otherwise impact the rest. I thought maybe after a day or two I'd be able to like just do other things. But of course your sinuses kind of spreads around your whole face in a way.
Yeah.
So I wasn't expecting my eyes to be leaking. Obviously I couldn't breathe through my nose, so I was mouth breathing like crazy. Gunge leaking.
Gunge leaking,
yeah, from both.
I came to see you, I think it was it the day of or the day after?
Day after.
The day after, because you had it on a Tuesday. I came over on a Wednesday, and you were in bed. I came up to see you, and I looked at you, and I was like, Jesus. I had to like temper my reaction kind of, because I thought like I didn't want to freak you out. But walking into seeing you like that, it was like you were a different person. Your whole demeanor was different because you're
really.
You're whacked out on
opioids.
Opium. So your demeanor was different, and your face, because your whole nose was like swollen. You looked like a different person. Yeah.
It probably made me look like a footballer or something.
Yeah, I thought Wayne Rooney was lying in your bed. What's going on here?
Yeah. I'd never really experienced that before, where like through recovering, days later, like say 5 days pass, and then suddenly the people I'm interacting with are like, oh, you look so much better now. I'm just like, oh, I feel like pretty similar, but I guess like there is a drastic change going on.
I only saw you during that period, and Jamie had said that you looked way better, and I was like, you look fucked up. Like, you look fucked up now. Like, how bad were you?
Because like your eyes were barely open, your voice was totally different.
Yeah, like I don't sound too bad right now. Maybe like I've just got, it sounds kind of like I got like a bit of a cold or something.
Yeah,
a little bit
before
blocked.
It was like your nose was just totally blocked.
Yeah, so that was
weird, man.
That was horrible. But also, opiates are horrible.
Yeah,
they're horrible. They make it so, on top of like your nose streaming with blood and having to mouth breathe, so then at night you're like waking up every few hours, you have to have multiple pillows, because if you go too low then the blood will leak into the back of your throat and you'll start going I'm like blood. So
to be honest, that feeling isn't too bad. Because obviously I have nosebleeds a lot, and if you tilt it down it will just stream down your back, and it's like, you get used to it. I imagine it's different though, because that's surgery and not just having a bloody nose. But
so they gave me like codeine, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take it really like easy and careful with the codeine. So like after I got home, and then the crazy bleeding just began, and the pain. It felt like, you know, when you like smash your nose into something, there's like a really distinct, unique feeling to that.
Oh, absolutely.
It felt like that, but constantly, almost as if someone was pushing their hand like into my nose at all times with like a significant amount of force.
Yeah, that's not pleasant. Yeah, because it hurts that part there. The bone there is like being pushed, and that feels really. Do it.
Yeah,
that's horrible.
So
that's an interactive jar. Get your hand, smash it into your face, and keep pushing. Really, really horrible. So
I was like, okay. And the nurse even advised, like, these are pretty strong painkillers. So maybe just take 1 paracetamol and 1 codeine and just see how you go with that. So that was my first dose. Then I was like, this ain't working. I need more. I need more to get through this beginning bit. So then I started taking 2 codeine. And that's what I was doing for a few days, like setting a timer on my phone for when I could re-up the dosage, because I started figuring out the rhythm of how quickly my body would start so you can only take it every 6 hours, the maximum of 8 tablets a day. But I was getting into troubles where every 4.5 hours it would fade. So then I had like an hour and a half of like misery, just like waiting for the next bit, because it's like so painful and uncomfortable. And it was like the only way to just...
Because I saw in a thing about this surgery that like the pain, they do like pain ratings for surgeries, and it was like 8 out of 10. And in the grand scheme of surgeries, an 8 out of 10 is really high.
Yeah.
That's significant pain.
And on top of it, like a few days before the surgery, I was talking to my mum, who used to be a nurse who would work in surgeries helping the surgeons. And she'd seen this surgery be done on people. And she was like kind of making these allusions to like that it was going to be kind of hardcore. And I was like, oh, I'll be fine or whatever. And then after the surgery, she was like, yeah, I didn't really want to tell you all the details, but like they literally hammer and chisel and like...
they obliterate your nose and then reconstruct it. It's like,
And they literally have to break it. It's one of those things you have to break it to fix it.
They just shred it to pieces, and that is gonna hurt.
Yeah, but then going back to the painkiller thing, then that introduces sudden problems. I love to poop. I poop. I'm like a regular pooper. I'm like a cow, just walking around. That's what I'm used to.
Yeah.
So after this codeine, can't poop. You can't even pee properly. Messes up your peeing.
Really?
Yeah. So then I'm like, I didn't feel like I needed to poop, but like couldn't, because that is hell. But it was more of a case of like, it's been like 4 days and I haven't done a poop. And I've like eaten like pizza.
You ate a Domino's cheeseburger specifically.
just any garbage.
That festering in your body for 4 days is like a recipe for disaster.
So then it was like, right, so...
No, because then on that day is when we took you to McDonald's in Chippenham. And we went to McDonald's because you needed food, you needed something to eat, but you needed to shit. So let's go to McDonald's. Then you loaded up on a fair amount of McDonald's, and then we walked into Sainsbury's and bought prune juice.
Yeah.
Because you needed to shit.
Yeah. When we went there, I'm trying to think how many days that would have been. Was that like a week?
Not quite. It must have been
slightly
4 or 5
under a week.
days.
Yeah, it was the 5th day.
So like the oozing and stuff must have stopped by then. Otherwise I wouldn't have been able to like...
Yeah, to a degree. You were pretty whacked out though.
Because by then... I'd got another type of painkiller, because you can't take ibuprofen either, because it thins your blood, which will make your nose bleed. So that's just a whole market of painkillers that you can't use, because that's a good thing you can do with paracetamol and ibuprofen, balance them and have it so they're like overlapping.
Yeah, because the standard like time for a painkiller to work is that of like 4 hours.
Yeah. But that hour and a half, man, I'm telling you, I needed something to bide me over. So I get the GP on the phone, and he's like, oh yeah, I got this, it's like a different type of opiate we can give you, but it's really addictive. He says it's really addictive, but it should help the pain. So then I get that into the rota, adding on to the lack of poop.
So what is this, between the 6 hours of coding, were you taking this one in between that?
Well, I'd stagger it. I'd try, no, not together at the same time. I'd stagger it so there wasn't a period where I was like just in agony.
So it'd be like every 2 hours, I guess you'd have one, and that's the 6.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And that was actually more, I couldn't be a human, but at least I wasn't in pain. I was able to just play on Elden Ring until I started feeling faint, and then go lie down, and then repeat until the day was over. Pretty much, that's like all I could do. You know.
Sounds like a dream come true to me.
Well, yeah.
Opium and Elden Ring.
Yeah. And yeah, going back to the prune juice, like the day before, I'd also had a poo tablet.
Laxatives. You took some laxatives.
Yeah,
It was like all natural laxatives.
some kind of natural laxative thing. Yeah, that's supposed to take 2 or 3 days to work. And I'd never had prune juice, and I was kind of put off having prune juice because I just made the incorrect assumption that it would just be horrible. Because prunes that.
Yeah, no one like goes and buys prunes.
Like when we did our fruit ranking, I don't think prunes even came up.
No.
Yeah.
Like who's rushing out to be like, oh, that was the juiciest prune I've ever,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's someone out there, but not me.
Someone over the age of 85.
But if you were suffering with this specific problem, prune juice is the way. Because I drank half a carton because I wasn't expecting it to be as nice as it was, to be honest.
I mean, for the record, because I tried like a shot.
I desired a
It's
bit.
not very nice. It tastes like liquid raisins.
No, but that's another thing. I can't really like taste that well or smell anything since the surgery. So I guess it was just like a cold juice. Been drinking loads of juice, to help stay hydrated or whatnot. But that was another thing. So that night I was up like 3 or 4 times pooping. And it was serious. Like, I know we like going into poo detail, but it might be too gross for this.
So we've talked some. We've done. But we
I'm
really
telling you, it was like
poop descriptions.
it was like every style of poop, every option of poop, every possible variation of poop in one setting. It was like bizarre.
Like,
but
whilst
also
out on the toilet, you went through all of them.
Yes.
So, because obviously the main one, the main one. Obviously, now we're going into my area of expertise. The main one shit you have when you've had like a night out and you've had alcohol and kebabs and whatnot is like the solid bit, and then you get the solid bit out, and that's like the cork. And then once you get the solid out, then this
explosion.
Shit fart explosion.
Yeah,
that's that. So that's like the go-to. Was it a shit fart explosion times 2, or was there like? Was there an explosion?
And would it vary during, or would it?
It was like a whole like journey. My shit had like a seasonal arc.
Yeah, but would it go back and forth, or would it like strictly go through the seasons in like an order?
It was chaos. There was no predictability.
Okay, so
right.
no, just give
It's
us
just like, what's
give
coming
some
next?
examples. I imagine liquid was one of them. There was 100% liquid.
Liquid, then suddenly like just a normal poop. Then
normal
like a tiny like rabbit poop.
So you had rabbit poop.
Yeah, I'm telling you, every variation was in there. But it was awesome. Because after like 5 days and you're getting scared, it's kind of like a weird. Oh, thank God. Because that can create its own problems if it goes too long, you know?
Yeah.
It's waste, you're supposed to get rid of it. Especially when it's like Domino's or whatever.
Domino's, McDonald's. Like the recently processed McDonald's must have been like one of the
that and prune
stages.
juice probably was like, that is it. Like nothing can hold, no amount of opiates can hold this in. And yeah, and I guess the last thing is I'm just kind of like constantly tired and delirious because I like can't sleep very well. So ever since the surgery, so it's like coming up to 2 weeks on Tuesday, so the day after this goes up, it's just like just kind of like a zombie, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not on opiates anymore though. I went cold turkey
Train spotting style
on Tuesday, so it's been a few days.
Yeah, you will be knackered because your body is just like going full effort heel mode and avoiding anything from getting worse, so your immune system will be going.
Yeah, I took Paisley on like a really short walk a couple of days ago and was like, it's like having COVID again. Yeah. So that's been my weeks. Nearly there.
Kind of epic.
Yeah. You want to know another thing opiates do to you?
What's that?
What?
They make it so you can't nut.
You can't nut.
Yeah. You cannot come.
But yeah, because that's the thing in train spotting as well. he gets really horny when he comes off of the heroin. That's when he goes to the club and stuff.
Yeah. Which is a nice little segue to something kind of messed up I've stumbled across.
Right.
Have you guys heard of r/eating own cum?
Oh.
I'm sure James
what
is
did you say?
vividly familiar with r/eating own cum.
Because I saw it like a screenshot going around on Twitter from r/eating own cum.
So, cum eating is a kink or fetish some people have, where the whole idea is that you nut and eat it.
Specifically your own.
You nut on yourself, and then you slap up in your hand, and you just dribble it into your mouth.
Like, this little segment is going to be like vile.
Yeah, we followed the shit up with the cum.
So use the time codes if you don't want to hear this, but it's also kind of really funny. Like this, the screenshot, the original one I saw was, I was just watching Family Guy. I got a random hard on. I'd turned on some she-male porn, pounded out, and returned to Family Guy. Haha. And there was a comment. But did you eat your own cum? And then the reply is, oh, of course.
What the fuck? To be fair, like, why would he post that in r/eating own cum or whatever?
Yeah, it's a messed up series of communications, but of course, out of interest, I got to go and see what is happening over there on r/EOC. How many members do you think it has?
76,000.
Jim? Higher or lower?
Higher.
You're highballing it. It's not quite that big. In fact, the Jar Reddit has more members than this one.
Really? Okay, so there's 5
Jar Reddit, it's your job to change that.
It's got 9,964 currently. 41 online right now as we record.
Oh,
they are eating their own cum right now.
Yeah, there are 41 people eating their own cum.
So of course I searched by controversial posts of all time.
Yeah.
It has to be done. One of them being, do people actually do this? This sub is purely for humor's sake, right? None of you actually eat your own cum. I need honest answer because I'm freaked out right now. If you really do, why? There's quite a few replies. It's a fetish like any other. People do it because they enjoy it. Deleted. What humor, lol? These are people doing it. It turns me on for next time. It's forbidden and edgy.
It's forbidden and edgy. Since when is it forbidden?
Oh no, you'll like this one. Help with cum eating. I just back out at the last moment. Help me to eat my own cum. The top comment is this. Put your ass up the wall. Aim for your mouth. No backing out that way. I ask people on here to tell me how to eat my cum. It gets me so much more excited to do what I'm told.
I can give you background on that.
What do you mean?
James wrote it.
No, okay, so I don't know how to explain this without like being like, oh, James eats his own cum. I don't eat my own cum, okay. But it's like, I know kinks and fetishes because it's really fascinating with the way the brain works, but basically that kink or fetish is related to like the domination of men, and that women telling men to eat their own cum is like a specific type of fetish.
Okay, I
so a dominatrix will be eat your own cum.
Yeah.
And that leads to that fetish, which is cum eating.
It seems like there's all sorts of like ways that these people interpret it though. Like some people just seem to like, they just get off on that in and of itself because it's like considered strange.
Yeah.
But the confusing thing to me is once you've nutted, like
there are some where like how to get past the post-nut clarity.
Yeah.
There are a few posts about that.
Because when you nut, you're not going to want to instantly eat your own cum.
Well, I guess that's why the wall system is quite the good one, because then you're
shooting into your mouth.
You're shooting
you can't
straight
escape.
into your mouth.
It's too late, yes. It's
and
over.
yeah, by the time post-nut clarity hits.
This has got a good one. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? Why do you guys do this to yourselves? Top comment. Stop kink shaming. And then this one, this reply is hilarious. More convenient and eco-friendly than anything else.
Ah.
Stop repressing your homo sex.
Well, I guess that is true, because you're not wasting tissues or whatever cleaning up your cum, because you're cleaning up.
Yeah, I can't argue with it. And
No,
and they're not going to have to eat as much. Cause
The
They've got protein.
eco-friendly ones, that's a fucking cope. Come on.
no, that's
It's
genuine.
not.
No, bro.
How is it more
How many cum
eco-friendly?
tissues
Think
are in landfill,
Yeah.
bro? How many cum tissues are in landfill? I guarantee there's a significant amount. People sometimes don't put it in the toilet. They might just put it in the bin.
But like at least like toilet paper, like that naturally degrades, doesn't it?
Yeah, but paper. You got to cut down trees for it. And
Yeah, but what if you're just like coming into a sock or like a rag?
well, surely
just-
you're going to have to throw. It's like a sock or a rag that was made in some sweatshop. So that's not eco-friendly. Also, your body is using like calories and stuff to make cum, right? And then you blow it all out, and then that is just like wasted calories. So you get it back into your body. You're not going to be as hungry. You're not going to need to buy as much McDonald's.
See, this is the thing. If you go into the gym and you're about to nut, just nut into your protein shake.
This is genuinely.
Protein boost, natural protein as well.
If men like to eat their own cum, they can do so. You can't force people to stop doing it.
No, but like end of the day, if people have that fetish or kink, that's like it doesn't have any effect on you. So like, why does it matter?
I'm all for people being able to eat their own cum, whether they should or whether I will engage in that. Different story.
Everyone's got their weird sexual thing. Like, why? It doesn't matter. It's just whatever it is. Eat your own cum.
Yeah, I'll do one more. How to face post-nut clarity and finally eat your cum. Okay, so my way is to put my fear in it. Example. After my post-nut clarity hit, I say to myself, if I don't eat my cum, my dick won't grow. So put your fear into it. Example 2. After you come, say to yourself, maybe you are scared of not having a girlfriend. So you say to yourself, if I don't eat my cum, I will not have a girlfriend. So that is my way. I hope you guys try it next time. You feel like not eating.
Surely it'll be easier to get a girlfriend if you're not eating your own cum.
There's one of the comments. What's post-nut clarity?
I don't think they should be in a cum eating subreddit if they don't know what that is.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Eat cum.
That's the lesson we've learned.
So your takeaway? I know we're doing it kind of out of order, but there are a couple of housekeeping thingies I want to bring up to end this segment.
From last week.
Yeah. So this is the housekeeping segment where we address some of the comments left from the last episode to round off some of the disgustings that weren't addressed, just like Lampy did. Alex, please bring up the question from last week's thread asking about James losing the bet officially 2 years ago from August 3rd. Please don't let him get away with it. And then Kyle replied saying he must pay.
He must pay.
Quite ominous, but Jim, it's your bet. Like, what do you think?
Well, what do you mean, mate? Like, it's obvious. All bets are off. That include James. If James makes a bet, pointless bet. You've done that to yourself. Your bets are meaningless.
I'm more powerful than the bets.
No, your bets have no worth.
Bets shouldn't have worth anyway.
Well, no, that's the point of a bet. Is that
That it
you're
has
betting worth.
That's what a bet is, right?
You're betting currency, or an item or something that has some sort of worth.
No, I'm just progressive enough to not engage in gambling.
What?
Yeah, you know you're trapped in a corner right now, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't pull the progressive card on this one. It just doesn't apply, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
What is your case for not paying?
Hehe.
Oh, is that why you've been doing overtime? Is to pay Jim back?
Yeah, sure. That's the case. I'm working overtime at the moment. I'm doing like 100-hour weeks. You know, I'm really on the grind to help pay Jamie.
Fair enough. And what about this one, James? Someone berating you here, Invader Guy. James, you coward, wrap your car in Holo from Spice and Wolf. Stop pretending you don't want it.
No, the thing with Atasha is it's not a big scene in the UK.
What is what are you saying?
Atasha. Anime WAP. Anime girl on your car. Yes,
Is
Atasha.
it a Japanese word for...
Painful car.
Really?
Yeah, no, you've laughed about this before. Directly translated, it means painful car.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But it's the way the kanji ever, but it's like it should be Itasha, which is Italian car.
Oh.
But when you put them together, it reads painful car. So it actually means
really
Italian car, but it's just
why would it mean
Italian?
That's in Japanese.
Yeah, but why does wrapping...
Ita is Italian. Is the sign for Italy is that. And then sha is like car. Then you combine them, you get the word.
Painful
Itasha.
car.
Yeah, but that instead of being Italian car, it combines to painful car.
But why in Japan do they call it Italian car?
No, that's just a word. There's a symbol for Italy, and there's a symbol for car.
And when you put it together, it means painful car.
Yes. Because obviously a word has a kanji or
So
a
why is it called
katakana
painful
word.
car? Because it's so embarrassing.
No, because that's just what they're called. No, they're called Itasha. I don't know. I can't go in, but it's just the way the language is.
Okay.
But it means painful car, but it is just anime car. But they don't have them here. There's not many manufacturers or shops who are specialised in doing anime designs.
Make one.
I can't. I'd have to find an artist and print a design huge and then get a place to do it. And going up to a normal back place and be like, put a suka on my on my law is a bit like...
No, that's what they've been dreaming of for forever.
I thought about it. I thought about doing a small one on the roof.
Yeah,
So on
get
the roof.
Apex Legends Wraith.
No, I would.
But how much does that cost?
And
To do it well.
a proper Tasha WAP is going to cost you more than a full WAP. So we're talking 4 or 5k.
Jesus. That's like more than you pay for the car.
Yeah.
That's like double the car.
So a lot of people in the UK will do window stuff. They'll get window anime stickers and make anime sticker windows.
Yeah.
Or have a window that's anime WAP. But in Japan, they're super advanced with the techniques they use. They'll do like a wing. But because it's like the way it's been layered is you can only see it through certain angles. So it's super stealthy.
Do you not see any at like Japfest or anything?
I've seen one.
Only one ever.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's not the scene in the UK. But otherwise I would.
How common is it in Japan then?
There's a whole event in the centre of Tokyo dedicated to Atasha. Odaiba. Yeah, the Odaiba.
So there must be loads of like shops that just do it.
Yeah, no, it's not uncommon though.
Huh.
It's just a culture thing. But I want to do it. But like people would be like, why would you stick an anime a babe on your car? But realistically, it's like, that's funny. Because people will look at it and get angry. So it's like, why wouldn't I?
Yeah, I can get behind that. Really weird comment here from Ryan Kuma. I'm a beekeeper in Minnesota. I trap 7 monarch butterflies in a jar. I then place jar in the middle of the beehive. It is then a joy for me to watch the bees frenzied sting the butterflies till they disintegrate. It creates some of the best tasting honey I've ever produced.
Starting that off, he sounds like he might be on the path to killing puppies if he's trapping animals to watch them be annihilated. But if it makes good honey, I guess that's fine.
So you're saying the ends justify the means?
No, but he's finding enjoyment from the horrible bit.
Yeah.
It sounds like he enjoys the torture of butterflies more than the taste of the honey. from that.
Were you guys
why did they comment? We talked about...
Were you talking about bees or something?
Okay. Did we talk about wasps?
No.
Or is that just us getting attacked by a wasp?
We got absolutely attacked by a wasp.
No, we talked about butterflies or something, I swear.
We talked about something.
We definitely talked about something, I won't argue with that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
why that's
I
out
do
of
not
the-
understand the context of this comment.
It got 6 replies. One of them just being, "Bagut." Let's do one more from Disorder. Surprised in your Elden Ring talk, you never mentioned your hometown, Jarburg.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and the best character in the game is a jar called Alex.
Yeah.
So thanks, George R.R. Martin, for paying notice to us.
George
R.R. Martin, yes. What do you think the R's are short for?
Goon.
George Goon Martin. Whoa, we've got a Top Gun over here.
What? Say a Top Gun line.
Roger 6, I'm going in.
We'll be back after these messages.
Why?
He's a maniac.
James's dad's a maniac.
We said to not talk about my dad anymore.
Bye, Bear Bear. Bye, Bear Bear.
I do declare, bye, Bear Bear.
Bear Bear shirts and mug available now. Check the description below. Hey. Welcome to the second half of the JARCast, where we answer questions from the JARCast community on our subreddit, where you can leave your own questions in the suggestion thread, just like Hullery did. Any behind-the-scenes ideas or changes that you never went through with for JAR.
But the list for scrap changes is endless.
Yeah,
the amount of stuff that is chopped off on the cutting room floor.
I mean, yeah.
Generally, the majority of gimmicks are just we can't do.
Yeah.
Gimmicks, small little dibbies, just can't do.
The problem is too many ideas, not enough time.
Beat to it.
No, it was actually perfectly in sync.
In a way. The whole initial idea for the JARCast was we wanted to do like a self-help sort of grind set motivational podcast.
And what we do with making that content, we kind of lead them deeper, almost down a pipeline, and then we get paid by people to do it. But
the deal fell through.
Yeah.
Here we have Fresh. Here we have Fit. And who's the other one who's like a human trafficker?
Mulch.
What? Is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
Really? I thought mulch was like what you put in the garden. What's he actually called?
No, mulch is an adjective. No, mulch is a noun. Or a pronoun.
No. What is actually his name?
You're talking about...
What's a doing word?
The T?
Yeah.
A-T.
You're not allowed to say his name or something?
I bleeped his name with a baby cry last episode.
Yeah, don't mess.
Oh, is that what... I was lying in bed, opioided out, and I kept hearing this baby cry. And I was like, what the fuck is... What is that baby cry scream?
Is that when I was editing?
Yeah, when you... Yeah. So that
if there are any like major like weird bits in the latest cast, it's because like I edit to the best of my ability, and I couldn't find like a beep or anything, so I just went into your sound effects folder, and there were like 1,000 baby sound effects, babies crying and stuff. So I was like, okay, this is as close to a beep as I can get.
Okay,
that's quite weird.
So I bleeped. No, because babies crying as sound effects in videos.
It's one of the funniest sound effects.
It is, no, but saying that Alex has like a folder of thousands of baby crying, that's
it would be
weird.
very weird if Alex wasn't a YouTuber and I just like stumbled across.
No, I often think that like when I'm putting it into like Google, like baby crying sound effects.
But yeah, so that's the explanation of the baby crying in the previous episode. I had to like make it way quieter as well, because when listening back to it, it was like me and James talking, and then just like this really loud baby crying. So that'd be why you heard it so many times, because I was trying to get the volume.
Oh, okay. As far as behind the scenes, big shout out to the JAR theorists over on the subreddit who were doing their best, trying and failing to put together a certain ek mystery, but...
Are you talking about the...
The what? The electoral college, you mean? Right. Hobblood has a cheery one. In the 18th century, would you choose to be executed by hanging, boiling, firing squad, or guillotine, given the choice?
Let's be honest. Firing squad is the easiest. Suffocating is not fun. Burning is not fun. I've done both of those things. Guillotine and firing squad would probably be the quickest.
Yeah, but
I would choose
guillotine would probably be...
I don't know, man.
Guillotine would be you confirm you're 100% going to die if you get guillotined.
No, but what if it's like a crap old guillotine that like...
But what about the aim and gun from the 18th century?
Yeah, that's what I
No,
mean.
but if it's a squad, it's going to be a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, a firing squad's never one. It's a firing squad, not a firing guy.
Yeah, if it's just one guy and he like has a crap aim and hits you in the stomach and you're just lying there for like 3 days dying.
Yeah, that's bad time.
It's not going to happen, but you're going to get blasted by like 12 guys.
I mean, surely, like... I mean, none of them are good choices.
Well, no, we're talking about being
ideally, I
killed.
wouldn't be killed.
It's execution, bro. It's not a good
which is why I
time.
choose guillotine. Because then I'd look up and Alduin might be there.
I'd pick firing squad.
I'd choose the brass cow.
Oh no, that's actually the worst.
What's that? I forgot about the brass cow.
I learnt about that from watching the Rad Brand play Amnesia: The Dark Descent. Back when I was like 14.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they say video games are just a waste of time.
Yeah, they teach you how to torture people. No, that is genuinely the most horrific way to die.
Yeah.
What about the rats clawing through you, man?
Yeah, that's horrific, but in a different way.
Yeah.
That's like a concentrated area of pain. Being like cooked in a metal oven.
What about growing bamboo through you? That's pretty hardcore.
That's pretty...
That is hardcore, but that's not 18th century, that's 1960.
Isn't the brass cow like old?
That's Greek. It's Greek.
Yeah, that's like pre...
Greek. Yeah, I think it was Greek.
That's pre the big man riding the cloud sort of era.
Yeah.
Is the guy in the cloud in Mario Kart a god?
What? That lizard thing?
Yeah, Limpu or whatever.
Yeah, Limpu.
Because like
yes.
being in the clouds is associated with like godhood.
Why would they reduce him to traffic light holder though?
Well, maybe he's forcing them to race.
Oh,
Like
maybe he's like
to win the approval.
What
of
if
the
he's
god.
like a demigod and that's like his thing? It's like I'm forcing them to race for my own amusement type thing. Flying around above, twiddling his mustache, judging the absolute fucking horse shit of Mario Kart.
Mario Kart isn't horse shit. I don't know why you've suddenly taken this stance.
He's really on a Mario
you've been
Kart.
like really anti Mario Kart.
Yeah, because it fucking sucks.
Where did that come from? Did someone beat you in Mario Kart and you're really upset about it?
No.
Oh, he watched a YouTube essay video about how Mario Kart isn't the good, and that was like,
Yeah, the best thing to ever come from Mario Kart is that random video that got wedged in the algorithm about
breaking down the speed
runs.
Oh, that
is an incredible video.
Yeah,
it's like 47 minutes long. And we all just sat awestruck.
Yeah.
No, but honestly, do you not think the worst torture is being left alone in a womb?
That one where, you're solitary confinement, but every time you start falling asleep, they blast heavy metal music. That's pretty bad.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Do you want to know who I bumped into on waiting for a bus recently?
The lead singer of my favourite band, Metallica.
A Vietnam veteran.
Really?
Yeah.
How? What do you mean?
He was just there.
What, he started talking about Nam?
Yeah. He came and sat next to me on the bus.
What, how did it get there?
Yeah.
Because old people talk.
So you weren't like...
Well, I was immediately very intrigued.
What was he saying?
Yeah, you
Well, it started off where I was like, oh, so what brings you to here? And he's a British guy, but he had an American accent because he moved to America when he was young.
Yeah.
And he was in the Vietnam War.
What did he say?
A lot. Like, a lot. I think he interrogated prisoners.
Really?
Yeah, he was wearing a military hat.
Yeah.
That's how it first came up. But he was telling me stories about like the army camp bringing in prostitutes and stuff, and then they got attacked. Like,
while the prostitutes were there?
yeah, while they were fucking, and apparently someone said something along the lines of, ignore it, just keep fucking.
Whoa.
And he was telling me all this shit about, and they were attacked once and all these helicopters were coming down and shit, and
Yeah.
they came down like boom, 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 boom. And he was just telling me like crazy story after crazy story. And I was like, did you ever get injured? And he was like, yeah, in an office. he cut his hand on some barbed wire. That was his only injury.
Whoa. One of the lucky ones.
Yeah. It was one of those things where like you're being told so much shit.
You don't actually remember.
Yeah, you don't remember like specific bits, and it's almost like there's no way. Like this life is crazy. You know?
Well, yeah, I feel like you always are bumping into these characters.
Yeah.
You've got a few in the docket now.
Yeah. I like people like that because conversation is so easy where like you ask one question and it leads to like so much information that you can't even like.
You just get to soak it up like a sponge.
Yeah.
Like Jesus.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. And disturbing. Well, Vanilla Gorilla has this to say. What's good, Jar Boys? Just like to throw my hat into the curry versus normal episode debate. I think the cave episode is one of the most overlooked Posdacts, and a personal highlight in my opinion, easily rivaling the big two. I'd like to get the cast's opinion, as I rarely see the episode discussed in the comments or on Reddit. Keep up the good work, Mingers, and thank you for the years of weekly entertainment.
You're welcome. Yeah, that is a good episode.
Yeah, that's taking your restrictions and turning it into something.
Yeah. The best art is created through
limitations.
Strife. Yeah, limitations. When you're, you know, you never see yourself fighting like you do them when you're in the corner.
You're in that cave.
When you're in the cave and there's like wolves blocking the entrance. Yeah, wolf bats. They're not letting you out. You're gonna fight like nothing else. See, that's our grind set stuff like bleeding out into a different sort of concept.
What's the actual like term for describing those type? There's like a word for it.
Good?
Idiots. I can't remember.
What, are you talking about grind setters or like artists that...
Pickup artists. That was... Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Actually, it was what I was... Yeah, right? Because there's like a huge crossover. Like pickup artists slash grind setters slash
Nazis.
You're not wrong.
Hullery also asks this. Can James please explain his somehow danced when I was in school reference that flew over the boys' heads in episode 186?
That's currently flying over James's head.
That is flying over. Okay, explain that. Explain that.
Somehow danced.
The quote is, somehow danced when I was in school.
I need
remember, 186 is fucking months ago, dude.
What? Bro,
yeah. That's years ago.
Bro,
186.
100 is 2 years. 186 is literally 2 years ago. You give me context on that and I can answer, because that is I have no idea.
You're gonna have to give more if you want a more detailed answer, if it's not coming straight to his head there.
Somehow danced when I was in school. What does that mean?
I don't know.
That's like code.
Oh, we got a good one here from Romulus. Bear boys. Since
Bear.
Alex had an operation too, I thought this would be kind of relevant. I broke my arm nearly a month ago from now in arm wrestling, lol. Long story short, I was out with the boys and we decided to arm wrestle for a bit after a couple of drinks. The bone in my arm then literally snapped in half when it got to my turn. I will never forget that sound. He linked an image of the x-ray too, I'll show you it in a second. Didn't honestly think that was even possible, even though I've seen videos of the very same thing happening before. But under enough pressure seems like, yeah, it sure is possible. After I got home to an agonizing week wait for the surgery, oh boy, I had really nothing to do and just felt like shit with feelings of missing out and my summer being ruined. With all this, the one thing that had me regularly smiling and not being bored out of my mind was JAR. I finally had the time to really dive into the earlier deep cuts of JAR lore. And to add, I had my operation 2 weeks ago, so I was tripping balls on some painkillers as well. Sorry for the long-ass comment, thank you, and a big bear to all you lovely boys for doing what you do. And I will show you the x-ray.
Jesus. Wait, is that
They're sheared that way.
that here?
Yeah.
What the hell?
So there's the shoulder there, the ball, and then it's just, and there's the things as well. It's like
That's horrifying. That's so scary.
Yeah, let me show it to me.
I'm glad you got better. Or are getting better. How long do bones take? I've never actually broken a bone.
I think that is...
What are you analysing?
Yeah, what are you
the
trying?
language.
Oh.
I think that could be Turkish.
Yeah, I don't recognise that.
Who were you arm wrestling there?
Yeah.
Like, was it a muscle beast?
Was it the Beast?
Was it The Rock? Was it Superman?
It might have been Superman.
Don't arm wrestle.
No, arm wrestling is like...
Toxically masculine.
No,
It's just a bit of fun.
it is fun. And it's always like surprising. I don't know how many people you guys have arm wrestled,
Hundreds.
but how many have you won? Thousands.
I've got a pretty good,
Win ratio.
yeah, KD or whatever.
Killed a dev. You're actually killing them. You're just
Yeah.
But it's always surprising how strong people are.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
you can look at someone and think, man, that's a really like they look skinny. I would destroy them in an arm wrestle. Then it gets to arm wrestling them, and it's like, man, this is actually pretty difficult.
It's a beguck moment sort of thing.
Yeah. So never underestimate your arm being obliterated by anyone when you arm wrestle.
Yeah, I'll definitely take the next 100 a bit more carefully.
Yeah.
You are the roaming wrestler.
I am the roaming wrestler, alright. Review Tech Brooklyn 99 says, are the Jar Boys interested in doing a drunk cast anytime soon? Obviously, if you don't like the sound of the idea, it's all well and good, but I find it to be almost a staple of long-running podcasts, and it's fun to see others get shit-faced and have a great time. The potential chaos energy could be off the charts too. Regardless of your answer, I wish you a good day and a bye.
I'm pretty sure there's been many. You two have done a fair few casts while absolutely smashed.
I've never done it when being absolutely smashed.
Not smashed,
Yeah.
but drunk.
I'd more say like tipsy.
I've never done it, and I generally don't think we ever should. Not like an extreme get blasted level of alcohol indulgence, because it's
Fuck. What do you mean?
No, it's just like, why would we do a cast when we could literally just record us playing Apex while drunk? Because that's where the true lol moments come out.
Why not both? The drunk episode.
It's just Apex.
I want to do the Swunk episode.
Oh, that would be good.
No, I want
Yeah.
to do the DMT episode.
We just shift into Joe Rogan.
DMT demonetized. We've had loads of those.
Yeah. Right. Let's do one more.
Okay.
Round things off like a freshie.
Oh.
Ugh. Well, okay, we can do more than one then if it's
No,
so
I'm on about I was
disappointing.
in the freshie. You mentioning freshie, not the last question.
freshie boy.
What do you mean? Why are you bullying me like that?
You deserve to be bullied for being
freshie boy.
What's wrong with freshie?
everything.
Actually, give me something concrete.
Go in the river, go in the pond.
Pig in the water. Is that the name of the episode?
Pig in the Pig in the water.
Just go in the water.
But am I wrong though?
Yes.
About what?
No, but am I actually wrong?
About
Yes.
what? Pig in the water?
Pig in the water.
It's a go. He says go in the water.
No, but was there a pig in the water?
But that's not what the video's called.
Was there a pig in the water? Jim?
You just got Ben Shapiro'd. Alex just Ben Shapiro'd you.
There was a pig in the water, but you're referencing the sentence that someone said in the way they said it, and he said goat in the water, so you're just saying his quote.
To be fair, I watched about 3 seasons of Nathan For You while opioided out in my bedroom.
Okay.
James's dad in the water.
Woo! Is that the question?
That was the end. That's a perfect ending.
Lame.
But James just created perhaps an even better ending.
Let's just keep waiting for a better one. For James to do another better one.
I can't.
Yeah, like maybe involve Freshie somehow.
Freshie Fry on the Screamium die.
No, you've just created an amazing ending.
Yeah, that's my attempt. Now you do another one.
Oh my god.
No, mine was the best. You ruined it.
Can you do a da-da-da-da-da-da-da after all of these endings?
Good idea.
I hate us. I hate all of you.
I love t-t-t.
James hates the t. Do you want to hear the rough cut of piss, shit, or urine? PSU. Piss, shit, or urine? Which one you exploring? Well, how about poo poo?
You're so unfunny.
There's more. Oh no, I got it wrong. Piss, shit, or urine? How you exploring? Come? Or perhaps poo poo? But then it shifts into this. I poo on the fart. I fart on the piss. I piss on the poo. I shit on the cum. Honest thoughts, like review it.
You can tell Alex is feeling a lot better.
Did you hear the second verse?
No.
Don't. Did you check those glasses are clean?
What the fuck is this?
Did you check that glass is clean?
Where did that come from?
Don't know.
Piss, shit, or urine? Which one you exploring?
Are you going to explore cum eating when you get home tonight? Eating his own cum.
You know what, Jim?
Shit or urine?
Jim, just read what is there so far.
Yeah, shit on the what?
The cum. What's your favorite like bar?
No, none of them.
Really feel like I could go global with this one. Don't you like it? Oh! It always summons her weirdly when you sing it. How about poo poo?
Piss, shit, or urine.